Welcome to Volume 3, Combat Survival. I would like to thank all of you for helping us by getting Volume 1 and 2. Due to your support and your response, we decided to come back and show you Volume 3, 4, and 5 of Combat Survival. Volume 3, 4, and 5 will be focusing mainly on techniques. We decided not to put the movie part and postponed it for the future volumes, so you can enjoy techniques that can save your life. Combat Survival considered by many experts one of the leading reality-based systems. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm W.R. Mann, publisher of RealFighting.com, the most popular reality-based site on the internet. I've been involved in martial arts and sports since I was young, and during that time, I've traveled the world studying with some of the most noted instructors. Due to the popularity of real fighting, I've also been invited to train and evaluate many top-tier training systems. Out of nearly 300 fight trainers I've met, there have been a few that have been above and beyond the others, and Moni Isaac is certainly one of them. In my opinion, Moni Isaac is among the top few individuals in the pantheon of the greatest fighters, instructors, and trainers. Over the course of 30 years, Moni has created and developed his own unique blends of effective concepts and techniques for self-defense, and I've included many of these in the Real Fighting program as well. These DVDs represent parts 3, 4, and 5 of Moni's Combat Survival series. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Thank you.
Anything you want, man. Now, we're going to deal now with situations that somebody grab a gun and pointing at you, demanding, and it's right in front of your body. This is a different situation than what we learned from Volume 1 and 2. Those of you that following Combat Survival, Commando Krav Maga for Volume 1 and 2 knows that when we deal with a gun, the main thing that we have to keep in mind is to basically get first out of the line of fire. So before we do that, we have to cooperate with him. We have to go with him. He's demanding. He doesn't want to kill me right away. He wants something from me. Either money, he wants information, he wants to take me someplace as an hostage, because if he wants to shoot me, he shot me a long time ago. So the first thing is to show that I'm going to cooperate with him. Demand.
Give me all your money.
Whatever you want, man. So I'm kind of subdued. I don't actually look at him, because if I'm going to look at him, it could be also interpreted for him as I'm recognizing, I know how he look. I might be doing something. You can see that I'm about to do it through my look. So this is the way I'm standing right now. Whatever you want, man. As I do that, the first thing I do, I'm going out of the line of fire by twisting the body and hitting the wrist that's holding the gun. Just let's pay attention. The pivot is very little. I'm basically just twisting my hip and turning my wrist with the thumb toward me. Hold really tight now. It's very simple to go out of the line of fire. Regardless of his strength, I'm out of the line of fire, as you can see. But I don't stop here. As I do that, I continue the move up, sliding, grabbing the gun. Again, the same hand, going here, sliding, grabbing the gun. As you do that, you also turning with your body, and this time you're grabbing with the other hand from the inside. This is the way I'm grabbing the hand. Now, from that moment, I'm going to do two opposite forces. So it's a counter force. This is going to pull, and this is going to pull to the other side. So this is the direction that I'm going to go. Since the fingers is inside, put the finger in, and I'm doing that. It's a strong pressure. But I'm not just going to rely on that. While I'm doing that, I'm also moving behind him. And now I'm in good position to demand from him to go on his knees. I'm doing it in a very strong voice. On your knees now. So you know that I'm serious. And this is a moment that basically you have control and you can leave the scene. One more time. Out of the line of fire. Continue up, holding the hand. Continue behind him, grabbing the gun and demanding. On your knees now. Anything you want. On your knees now. We're going to deal now with a gangster style. If you pay attention now, his hand held 90 degrees, so basically he's holding the gun this way. As he's doing that, basically it's easier to take the gun out. Because if you notice, any kind of pressure that I'm going to do here is going to affect the entire body. As opposed to here, that has a more turn to get that the same result. So when the hand is that way, any move of the gun to this direction becomes easier to take out. And if it's straight gun, I have to basically do the complete twist to here to take it out. So gangster style, it's actually easier to deal with. Now, again, we start the same thing. We cooperate as a demand, whatever you want, man. Getting out of the line of fire here is by using my right hand that's going to be relatively close to the gun. I'm going to lift my hand here as opposed to down here. So it's right here. And I'm lifting the elbow while I'm bending my knees. This is the very first thing I do. So I'm out of the line of fire, right there. As I'm doing that, I'm moving my other hand to here and continue to this direction, over there. Let's hear it one more time. Anything you want, man, here and behind him. Now, as you noticed before, he was holding the gun with a hand that's close to me, gangster style, and if he's holding it on the other hand, we're dealing pretty much the same, because we want to keep it simple. You really don't have time to start switching between right and left, and you're acting just the same. Now, this time will be it's easier for me. As I'm lifting and I'm bending my knees and holding here, this is a very strong grip to continue over there and take the gun out. And again, back and on your knees now. Escape from hold is a very big chapter in combat survival. We're going to deal with any situation of any hold. We're going to learn to escape from any hold that exists on the body, from the front, from the side, Nelsons, and so forth. The first part of escaping from hold is to know how to deal with wrist escapes. It looks like a minor thing, but it's actually a very crucial thing. In fights, it could be on the ground, it could be against knives. There is always a wrist held. When the wrist is been held by somebody, you need to be able to release yourself as soon as possible. So we're going to deal with how to escape with a front hold on the wrist, cross hold on the wrist, two hands on two hands, two hands on one hand, two hands grabbing from the back the wrist, and two hands grabbing from the back the elbow. This will be a whole chapter that's going to dedicate to the wrist and the lower part of the hand. The first thing I want you to pay attention is the ring, and that's what we call the ring escape. If you pay attention, if I put my hand right now around his hand and I'm closing my hand and I have a big hand, you can see that basically he's locked completely from this side, from this side, from this side, and the only way for him to get out will be between the thumb and this finger. In order to do that, you have to bring the narrow side of his hand, which is this part, to the open ring. And although it's closed, this is still the open ring for him. And from here to maneuver his hand out. We're going to learn all kind of maneuvering to do that, but it's all going to be based on the principle of twisting within the ring to the outside. So if you grab me now, you can see his ring is a bit smaller than mine, but still, this is a thick part of my hand, and I want to bring the narrow side of my hand and then move out. As I do that, the escape becomes easy. Obviously, in a fight, we're going to deal with a situation usually after we punish him. So if he grab my hand here, it could be fingers to the eyes, here, elbow, and we escape right after. But I'm not going to mention that now all the time. Just keep in mind that first we're going to use pressure points, weakness point as a start, then we do the release, and then we do finishing. It's all part of the package in combat survival. Front hold, the first escape would be as follow. He is holding the hand, stands square to me, like that. And usually when somebody holds you like that in a fight, it's not like casual the way it is right now. It's going to be like pulling you to or like somebody open the door and pull you inside or pull you into the car. There is a lot of pulling, pushing forces going on. So if this has happened to you and you're moving forward because it's pulling you forward, you have to follow up with inside kick to the knee. So as you're moving in, there's a simple kick that you're going from the back leg to the inside of the knee. This immediately brings attention downstairs. So you'll be doing that and then doing the escape. Okay, so it's strongly now. Okay. As you escape from here, you have different options to attack, and we're going to mention that at the end when I'm going to show the beginning and the end of each and one of the escapes. So let's look at the escape now. When you grab my wrist, I'm opening my hand to the side, creating momentum, pointing with the thumb down, bring it up, and to the shoulder. So if you look from the front now, and imagine that he's standing right in front of me, what I do when he's holding my hand, I'm bringing it outside, the elbow is opening, inside, and up to here.